Hey there, crystal lovers. Ashley here with the Love and Light School of Crystal Therapy, and I just wanted to give you a quick tour of the inside of our brand new Crystal Healers Datebook. So this is something that came about because when I was doing crystal therapy sessions professionally, before I really devoted all my time to teaching others about crystal healing, I was looking for this kind of resource, and I would have loved to have something like this, but it just didn't exist. So, these were things that I was kind of doing for myself year after year and adding to the planners and date books that were out there. And I decided it was finally time to go ahead and actually make my dream planner become a reality. So I made this for all the healers out there who could really benefit from having a whole collected, big, beautiful place to dream about your sacred business and your healing arts practice. And the great thing about this is it's really geared toward people who love crystals and who want to use crystals professionally. But if you also just love crystals and you want to work with them personally, this would make a great date book too. There are just a few extra little business tidbits in here that I think are helpful for any healing arts practitioner. Now, that's the same if you're a Reiki master, a massage therapist, aromatherapist. You can still definitely use this as a guideline. There's just some fun things that kind of incorporate crystals into the date book as well. So let's go ahead and get started. So on the first page, you'll see there's a place to, of course, put your contact information just in case you ever were to lose your planner. That would be horrible. We don't want that to happen. So want to make sure you put all your contact info in there just in case you leave it at the coffee shop or something like that. Then you'll see there's a section all about how to use this date book. So we go through the different areas of the date book, like the goal setting section, the self-care section, gemstones for the days of the week, your monthly business goals, special projects, monthly vision board, oracle card readings, your monthly marketing challenges, birthstones and zodiac stones for each month, the actual calendar pages that you write down your appointments and things like that. There's an end of the month check-in and end of the month goals review, and there's also places to put your VIP client list and your business contacts. So it's really everything is all in one place, which makes it super easy to stay on top of everything. So this is where I really talk about goal setting and why goal setting is important and the right way to do it. So this is important. A lot of people feel, constantly let down by their goals because they're just not sure of the best way to go about it. So I've really outlined here kind of some of my tips for goal setting and how to make sure that you stay on track and really succeed. And then I've included a crystal grid recipe to actually help you manifest the completion of your goals. And so you'll see, exactly what you need to do this, some step-by-step instructions for creating your grid, a little picture of what it should look like, and then a place to write your special affirmation for connecting you with your goals. And then on the next page, there's actually a grid base that you get to tear right out of the date book. I made it so that you can just tear it right out and use that to place your crystals on top of according to the instructions on the previous page. So that's pretty cool too. And then there's an introduction to self-care and why as healers this is so important. And I know, a lot of us, we really try and walk the talk as much as we can, but sometimes life gets busy and then you neglect your self-care, and that is not a good place to be. So I really, really focus on self-care in a big way each week throughout this date book, and I'll get to that in just a bit. But in this section, you'll see I've included some different ways that you can really put yourself first and make some time for self-care. So here we have, do some energy work for yourself. Overcome anxiety with grounding and centering. So there are all these different techniques. Banish overwhelm with meditation. Take a mini staycation and rest. Take a soothing crystal energy bath. And all these aren't just telling you to do these things, but they actually tell you how. And then here we have cleanse cords and connections for an energetic tune-up. That's really important. And you'll see there are just these beautiful watercolor illustrations of crystals throughout the date book, and I really love that kind of soft, ethereal look to all the pages here. Then here, self-care exercise number 7, declutter your space and shift your energy. And then number 8, boost your creativity. That can be a great way to take care of yourself. And then I've included a couple of my favorite pages from my crystal healing coloring book so that you can, get those creative juices flowing, take some time and color the beautiful images right in your date book here if you need to work on that for self-care. Then we get into some gemstones for the days of the week. So you'll see I go through Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I talk about each of the gemstones, where those connections originate from. So there's deities, stones, the energetic archetype, and the celestial body that's connected to each day of the week, which I just think is pretty cool to be really conscious of as you're going through day by day. So this planner will have some reminders when we get to the actual calendar section. I'll show you so that you can actually incorporate those energies that are most aligned and harmonious with that day of the week. And then there's some extra ways to use those stones at the end of this section. Then I also have some information about birthstones for each month and zodiac stones for each month. And yes, these are different, and I talk a little bit about that in here. And then you'll see beautiful illustrations with all the correspondences here. And again, you'll see some reminders throughout the date book as we get into the monthly sections. So here's January. So let's take a look. Again, you can see the beautiful illustrations at the beginning of each month. So January's birthstone is garnet. So you'll see all these beautiful garnets, and then the sections by month are actually color coded. So you'll see May is emerald, so it's green, and so they all have these color corresponding sections so you know just where you should be. So we always start by looking at this month's business goals. So this is a place for you to really map out and get specific about what your goals are for your sacred business, because if you don't write them down, then you're really doing yourself a disservice. Writing your goals down and actually having a place to track them will really help you, keep pace and stay on the right path and actually work toward what you want to achieve in your life and business. So this is anything from some big picture goals to the number of clients that you hope to see this month or your target revenue for this month. There's some places for you to brainstorm how you're going to get there, who can help you along the way, how you're going to treat yourself at the end of the month once you reach your goals, and then a little affirmation to help you kind of stay on track with everything. Next, you'll see there's a place to totally brainstorm any special projects that you want to accomplish this month. Now, this can be in your personal life, in your business, but this is kind of some bigger picture thinking for the month ahead, anything that's kind of at the forefront of what you need to get accomplished. And these are a little bit different than goals. These are actual, more like the tasks and projects that you need to do kind of to get to your goals. So then again, how are you going to get there? How can you give back or be of service this month to other people? I'm a big believer in giving back and of showing your gratitude and the law of attraction. So this is an important section. And then again, who's going to help you and how you'll reward yourself at the end of the month when you complete those projects. So next, there's space to create a monthly vision board. Now you can print pictures that you find online and glue or tape them in here. You can sketch things out, break out your colored pencils, or some pens or highlighters. So this could be words, this could be illustrations, it could be pictures, whatever you like that kind of represents what you want this month to be for yourself and your business. And there's a little bit about that here. And then of course there's more instruction in the how to use this book section at the beginning. Now there's also a section to do a monthly oracle card reading. I really love using oracle cards for a little bit of extra guidance, and I think it's really great just to know, what's coming up for the month ahead. What are things that I can really focus on and celebrate that are positives, and what are some things that are maybe going to be some obstacles that I should be on the lookout for. And so this is a great place to do just a really quick mini reading for yourself. There's some instructions there, and this is something you can check back as the month sort of progresses and starts to unfold so that you can really be on top of things when it comes to that guidance. Now in the next section here, this is January's monthly marketing challenge. Now there's a monthly marketing challenge for each month of the year, and they're all different. So for each marketing challenge, I tell you what it is, why it's important, and how to do it. And then on the opposite side, there's actually a list of action steps that you can check off as you complete each one. And then there's space for your own notes and brainstorms and great ideas as it relates back to this marketing challenge. Now, I've included marketing challenges in here that any healing arts practitioner can do and incorporate into their business. Some of them are a little bit more challenging than others, but you can totally do this because I've really guided you step by step on exactly how to complete this, but also so you can really see why it's so important and what the real benefits are to you and your business. So I think this is a really important part of this date book, because a lot of us as healers, we really know our stuff when it comes to the modality that we're doing. We're really tapping into our divine and intuitive gifts and helping others and kind of shining our light into the world. But when it comes to really putting that into a practical place in terms of a business that generates money, sometimes we don't exactly know how to do that. And these monthly marketing challenges kind of outline different things that you can do, different action steps that you can take that will help you grow your business in a really natural and heart-centered way. So for example, for January, the monthly marketing challenge is to write a press release for your sacred business. Now that might sound big and scary and intimidating, but I promise it's really easy. And even getting something published in a local newspaper can really help get some extra attention on your business and what you're doing. So there are steps for these marketing challenges, like I said, and then these quick little action step checklists so you can, go right through and mark everything off as you complete it. Now, for each month, you'll see a write-up for that month's birthstone. So for January, we have red garnet. So there's a little crystal message about the birthstone, some common healing properties listed out, and then correspondences of colors, chakras, elements, flowers, essential oils, other companion stones, and common origins where that stone is from. So you'll see that for each of the 12 birthstones that we go through in this planner. One for each month. And then the same is true for the zodiac stones. So because the zodiac stones are determined more on the zodiac signs, the dates don't line up precisely with the month. You'll see there is a little overlap. So for example, Capricorn goes from December 22nd to January 20th. So it's most of January. And the zodiac stone for Capricorn, one of them is red garnet. So it actually corresponds with that month's birthstone. But if you were born at the end of January, then your zodiac stone would be amethyst because that is Aquarius. So that's January 21st to February 19th. So part of January, people who are born in January will actually correspond better to amethyst. And so there are just reminders of that as we get throughout the planner pages a little bit later, but you'll see, again, the same write-up as for the birthstone you'll see for the zodiac stone as well. Then we get to the actual planner pages. Now this is where it gets really functional and helps you stay organized and totally on top of things. So first, there's a space each week to tackle your client follow-ups. So you actually can list out all the clients that you saw the previous week, and then there's some instructions here about contacting them and following up for, booking a follow-up session and thanking them or asking for a referral or a testimonial, because all those things can help grow your business, and it just takes a few minutes each week to go the extra mile and really reach out to your clients. So there's a place to do this at the beginning of each week, right on the same page as Monday. So you just list any clients you saw the previous week, and you'll be able to follow up with them, and really you'll see your business grow by leaps and bounds if you just take a few minutes each week to do this. And just having this little reminder is super helpful. Then there's also a weekly self-care check-in. So here it reminds you to schedule in time for self-care this week, at least once this week. And once you've scheduled it in and completed your self-care exercise from the pages earlier in the book, you can go ahead and mark that off. And this is a great way to just stay on top of that to make sure that you don't burn out. Now, the great thing about this planner is you can start and stop using it at any time. This is not made for any specific year, so you just fill in the date right here. So you pick your first Monday in January and you fill in the date there, and then you just go from there. There's a place for appointments from 8 a.m. until 8 p.m. each day. You'll see the gemstone that corresponds to the day of the week. So Monday, the moon's day, corresponds to moonstone, so you always have a reminder of that day's gemstone. There's a place for extra notes and reminders that aren't exactly appointments, and then there's also a place to jot down something that you're grateful for that day. So you'll see the same, patterns kind of repeat for Tuesday and Wednesday, except there's a different gemstone for the day of the week based on the correspondences to the days of the week like we looked at earlier in the date book. And then you'll also see a reminder of this month's zodiac stones and birthstone right here. So you never have to look very far for that information. And I just love the way that this is laid out. So then you have Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, all done the same way. And then you get to the next week. Now there's space for 5 weeks for each month because, you know, depending on when the weeks start and stop, that will make a difference on the dates. And then when you get to the very last week, at the end of the month, there is a monthly check-in. So this is where you do kind of an energetic and emotional check-in, a mindset check-in about how you feel about your business, what you're most grateful for, what you're proudest of. This really helps you stay positive and see all the great things that you've accomplished throughout the month. And then what will you do the same next month, and what will you do differently next month? What did you learn that's going to help you create some positive change for the month ahead? Then there's a monthly goals review, and this is really big. So you're going to look back to those goals you set earlier in the month, and you're going to actually see how things measured up. So what was your goal number of clients versus your actual number of clients? What was your goal revenue versus your actual revenue? And this helps you see whether or not you're staying on track for what you need to be accomplishing in your business. Then there's a checklist to see, okay, did you complete your monthly marketing challenge this month? Did you do your 4 self-care exercises, 1 per week? And did you do your 4 weeks of client follow-ups, 1 per week? There's a place where you can kind of reflect on your special projects, and then a place where you can reflect on your monthly marketing challenge and what you learned from it, how it helped grow your business. And then you'll see we go right into the next month, and for example here we're in February, so now the color changes. We're in this beautiful amethyst purple, and it starts all over again. You start planning your goals for the next month, your special projects, your vision board, your oracle reading. So you just go straight through, and you're going to do that for all 12 months of the year, and they're all, you know, like I said, beautifully color coordinating to that month's stones. It's really easy to keep track of everything. And then at the end of this 420 page date book, there is some space for your VIP client list, which is very important. This is where you can keep your most important clients' contact information nice and handy, just in case for some reason you can't get to your computer, you can't look it up. You have that stored right here, just in case there's an emergency, you need to cancel an appointment last second or something like that. You have that information. And there's also a place for your business contacts, like your webmaster, your hosting company, your attorney, anyone who would be really important to your business that you may need to get in contact with on short notice. Then there's just a little bit about how to connect with me, stay in touch, let me know how things are going with your planner, your monthly marketing challenges. I would love to hear from you and know how that's all working out. So I hope you enjoyed this little tour of the Crystal Healers Date Book. There's so much information in here. It's a great resource, and I hope you'll enjoy it.